Today we'll be treating domestic violence under the following subheadings. One, what is domestic violence? What acts constitute domestic violence? And what are the remedies to domestic violence? With me on set once more is our learned person, Ikoma Christopher Nikewesi, a learned colleague with J.U. Okoye Chambers. Introduce yourself to our viewers.
I'm still my humble self, Christopher Nikewesi, Esquire, with Dr. J.U. Okoye Chambers. Today we were discussing on domestic violence, common in the society, and a lot of ladies actually go through this said domestic violence. But the problem is being able to speak up comes with it, and the way the public will view you. The society will blame you for not being obedient. The society will blame you for not being homely enough. The society will blame you for not being kind enough to keep calm when the man is talking, even when he's inflicting. And the society will even blame you for walking out of the marriage because you are being abused or ashamed of people saying that she has been married before and then coming out, or bringing ill luck. Like some families will say that you've been married and you're being abused. Instead of you to stay back, you're coming out. They're coming out to bring ill luck, marital ill luck to the other of the ladies in the family. You see, some of these things actually make a lot of women to keep calm and try to hide whatever they are going through in the marriage. First of all, what is domestic violence? It's simply a behavior by one person in a relationship using power, control, and intimidation to dominate the other person. You understand? The practical example is because you are the man, you're stronger. She will do what I say, otherwise I will go physical. I will force her to do that. You understand? Or force her to do whatever you want her to do by making her financially dependent or withdrawing whatever financial support you are giving to her. All these things, they are all violence against whichever party that faces that in marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thrown light in a certain direction, which will take us to our next question, which is what acts constitute domestic violence?
Okay. Domestic violence can take different forms. We have physical violence, physical abuse, which entails beating the other partner, hitting her, pushing her, slapping her, whatever physical injury that you want to inflict on her. Any act of doing that, or even using weapon to hit her, all those ones are physical abuse, and they are forms of domestic violence. Okay, other than physical abuse and verbal abuse, we have emotional and psychological abuse. Most times, you don't necessarily need to hit somebody physically or say things or call names that will affect people. There is what we call code violence, silent treatment, withdrawing emotionally, withholding affections, withholding communications, coming home and then not talking to your wife. Hey, you're leaving in the morning, you're leaving the money for meal on the desk. She prepares the meal, you come home. Baby, your food is ready on the table. You ignore the person, ignoring them. Like my own way, I will say, get a pom-pom in Igbo dialect. You will live with that person, but the person will never hear fame from you. You just decide to go cold on the person. So these ones are emotional abuse and psychological abuse. Then we have sexual abuse. You want to make love to your wife, she's tired, she's not feeling fine, she's feeling unhealthy. You will have to beat her on top of the health situation or her tiredness because you are in the mood. You need to make love to her, irrespective of the fact and inconsiderate of the fact that she's tired or she isn't feeling well, you beat her and you forcefully make love to her. Since domestic violence, it's an abuse on her. Then we have forced isolation. You isolate the person from family. I don't want you speaking to the families or anybody. In fact, you have to change your SIM card. You isolate the person from her friends, so that whatever you do to that person, she wouldn't have anybody to confide or speak to. The person will be dying emotionally.
Is that domestic violence?
Of course.
Ah.
It is. You isolate that person from people. You understand? And then you deal with her feelings however it pleases you. Nobody to communicate with. It is violence. And it's provided for in Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law of Anambra State.
Wow.
Of course. It's an offense. And it has imprisonment term. Then we have economic abuse. Forced financial dependence on you. Probably stop the person from working or doing business for whatever reason, feel that it's best known to you. She isn't working anymore. She isn't earning money. She has to rely on you, depend on you in everything she needs money for.
Wow.
It is an abuse, and it's equally provided for in Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law of Anambra State. It is a form of abuse. And then another form of abuse is forceful ejection from matrimonial home. For whatever reason going on between you and your spouse, forcefully push her out or throw her out of the house, throw her things out. You understand? Whichever way you eject her, it's a form of abuse. So these are the forms of abuse that we can address now.
In the midst of the abuse, one should be thinking of solutions. So, what are the legal remedies to this abuse?
Because of all this violence, not particularly about spouse or in marriages, even to your fellow human, violence that you've meted out there. That is, we have Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, which is a federal law, which is domesticated by various states as law. You understand? So in Anambra State, we have Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law of Anambra State. These things are equally provided for, and the punishments thereon for these forms of violence that was just listed. Of course, the person can be arrested, charged to court, and tried on whatever offense that you are alleging. And if found guilty, you will serve the imprisonment terms. Another way round, you can still apply for civil protection of the courts and other protection from courts. You can make that application. You can still take out a civil suit for monetary compensation for whatever abuse or you've gone through or violence that the offender has meted out to you. You understand? So you can come by way of civil suits for monetary compensation.
Any other special word you have for women that are being domestically abused over there, or even men, because men also pass through the
Of course, it's not peculiar to women alone. I've had case of a woman being powerful enough to overpower and beat up a man. You understand? So these things are not peculiar to any gender. It could be the man suffering the violence. You understand? So I think whichever case, whether the man suffering it or the woman suffering it, domestic violence is not something that you endure out of shame. It is not advisable for us to play with our life and our sanity, because these things has effects on our sanity, psychologically, emotionally, and depression. You may not be killed by your partner, but you can go into depression that at the end of the day, you will think of taking your own life. I I would advise people to speak up. Even if you don't address it by charging your husband or your wife to court for violence, you can seek counseling, you can seek guidance. You speak up. Because most times when people do things, you don't address it, they won't actually know how deep that the court gets to you.
Well, I don't know who out there is currently passing through domestic violence. It could be you, it could be your neighbor, but whatever it is, there's a solution packed for you in this particular episode of our podcast. What I'm advising is that you kind of learn it, share it, go through it, and make a better society through this. Thank you very much. Bye.